Kia ora guys, Chrissy back again, and we're going to get into the next episode of Game of Thrones. So the last time in Game of Thrones, we had one major thing happen, which we'll talk about in a minute. But before that, we'll go over a few of the smaller tidbits that happened. We started off with Ramsay hunting with one of his little servants, one of the girls that helped seduce Theon before he got his wing wang cut off. And they're hunting down the other girl that was in that seduction as well. Just going to prove how depraved, psychotic Ramsay is. And he's brought along Theon, who now goes by Reek, after being thoroughly tamed by Ramsay, to which he asserts that over Theon by showing his father Roose just how obedient Theon is when he gets Theon to shave him, at the same time as informing Theon of the fate of Robb Stark and what happened at the twins. It's here that Roose finds out that Bran and Rickon are actually still alive, and that the boys that Theon and the rest of the Ironborn burnt were not the Stark kids. So he has sent one of his underlings, Locke, out to find them and get rid of them, because they are a threat to Roose's claim over the North as the Warden of the North. But Roose sends Ramsay to Moat Cailin to retake it, and I think he is hinting at making Ramsay a legitimate heir. I don't know if that's a thing, just the way that he was speaking about it. That if he is successful there, then his bastardom will be legitimized. Yeah. Talking of Bran, we saw him have a very weird vision where he saw a few scenes which happened, like with his father, some things that we've seen in the series before, and it wasn't until I rewatched it that I noticed that one of the scenes there was with the Iron Throne and like the throne room, which was like in ruins, and it was the exact same kind of scene that Dany saw when she went into the House of the Undying, and she had those visions. One of that throne room, one of Drogo, before she was able to find her dragons. But this voice is telling him to keep going north, and so that's what they're going to do. And then we come to King's Landing, where Jaime has started training with his left hand with Bronn. And then we come to the main event, Joffrey and Marjorie's wedding. So they get married. It is a pretty simple affair. I mean, it looked simple. And then at their wedding feast, Joffrey puts on a very disgusting display of the dwarves depicting the War of the Five Kings. Obviously a insult to Tyrion, then naming Tyrion his cupbearer, just to really rub it in, until he meets his demise at the end of the episode, poisoned by whatever it is that he drank, I'm assuming, and dies a horrible death. A very welcome, a very deserved death. Can't believe that he is gone. Like, I said the same thing with Ned and probably like Rob and Catelyn and that. But Joffrey was such a big antagonist, so far through these 3 seasons and into the 4th season. I can only imagine what kind of presence is going to fill that void that could be worse. I mean, clearly we have someone like Ramsay, but he doesn't have the same gusto that Joffrey does. But yeah, who's going to fill that gap of this evil, sadistic Joffrey in this kind of position, because he was a king? I'm interested to see if anyone will fill that spot. Interested and scared. I mean, I think there are enough villains in this show already. But at the end of that, as he is laying dying, he points to Tyrion, accusing him of being the one that poisoned him. And Cersei, obviously grief-stricken that her son has died, orders his arrest. And that's basically where we left off from last time. So we are going to get into the next episode, episode 3 of Game of Thrones, and see what the fallout of that whole thing was. Let's do it. Oh,
You did this.
We have to leave.
Take him.
That's right, Dontos.
Where's Sansa?
No one leaves the capital! No one!
Oh, I think it's like the first time that I've actually seen Tywin raise his voice. He planned this all out. Oh my god, he's even got a boat for it. Okay, this is just
Get in.
proving that he had something to do with it. Go, Sansa. Oh my god, are they going to get out though? That's the thing. This had to have been planned by him. Why else would he have this ready and waiting? Even though, you know, she did such nice things for him. It's like, I really have a very big trust problem with everyone in this show. Oh god.
Peter,
Oh my god!
I'm sure you've had quite a fright. Rest easy. The worst is past.
Baelish.
I still don't trust him.
I should get back.
First, you'll want your pay. 10,000, was it?
10,000.
Oh, I don't trust him.
Wait!
Fuck's sake.
Why did you kill him?
I don't trust drunk fools.
He saved me.
He followed my orders, every one of them.
He was helping me because I saved his life.
And he gave you a priceless necklace.
What
I had
is
it
it?
made a few weeks ago. What did I once tell you about the capital?
We're all liars here.
Wow. Wow.
You're safe now.
No, you're
I
not.
promise you that. You're
It's,
safe with me.
it's still as creepy as fucking ever. Oh my god. Like, even more so. It's like, can he talk closer to her face?
Clawing at his own throat was horrible.
The world is overflowing with horrible things.
Oh, Lena. I love you.
You may not have enjoyed watching him die, but you enjoyed it more than you would have enjoyed being married to him. I can promise you that. You did wonderful work on Joffrey. The next one should be easier.
So, because they didn't consummate, she doesn't get the title? Like,
Your brother is dead.
sorry.
It means I'll become king.
Yes,
Tommen.
you will become king.
Shit, I completely missed that.
What makes a good king?
Holiness?
Baelor the Blessed was holy. He ended up fasting himself into an early grave because food was of this world and this world was sinful.
Holiness.
Justice?
Good king must be just.
But,
Horus the First was just, but he wasn't just for long. He was murdered in his sleep after less than a year by his own brother.
What about strength?
this is the most Tommen has ever spoken in 4 seasons so far.
Wisdom?
Yes.
Oh,
Wisdom is what makes a good king.
A wise young king listens to his counselors and heeds their advice, and the wisest kings continue to listen to them long afterwards. As the king, you will have to marry.
and he has got Tommen. I have to admit, this whole conversation between Tommen and Tywin, I love it. I love how he's interacting with Tommen.
It was Tyrion. He killed him.
No, he didn't.
You saw Joff point at him just before he...
That was I saw.
Avenge our son. Kill Tyrion.
What?
Tyrion's my brother.
I want him dead.
Minus the ick factor of them being brother and sister, I feel for, the mother in me feels for Cersei.
You're a hateful woman.
Oh, fuck!
Why have the gods made me love a hateful woman?
Oh, dude.
No.
Oh, God. Just rip her beside her son's dead body.
It's right.
I don't care.
Jamie, fuck me.
Where are we?
Is that radishes? She got radishes.
Get my gold. Be on my way.
On your way where?
Why do you care?
She seems pretty comfortable.
Might book passage across the narrow sea.
I'd like to see Bravos one day.
Yes, go to Bravos. Oh, gross. I fucking hate that. I hate that so much when I see people do it on the street. Sickens me.
What do I want? This is my land.
If I'm standing on it, it's my land.
Forgive my father. He was wounded fighting in the war.
Aria.
Which house did he fight for?
The Tullys of Riverrun.
There's a storm coming. You'll be wanting a roof tonight.
Oh, she is clever.
They asked the stranger not to kill us in our beds tonight for no damn reason at all.
I'm so sorry.
God, guys. Table manners.
Red Wedding, they're calling it. Lord Frey committed sacrilege that day. The gods will have their vengeance. How would it be if you stayed on till the new moon? I could use a man to help with the farm work.
What do you pay?
Fair wages for fair work.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, God, what's he doing? Oh, God. What did he do?
What did you do?
They'll both be dead come winter. He's weak. He can't protect himself. Dead men don't need silver.
You're the worst shit in the Seven Kingdoms.
I just understand the way things are. How many stars they got to behead before you figure it out?
I knew it was too good to be true.
No one bothering you?
No one's touched me, if that's what you mean.
There's 100 men lying awake at night picturing you.
Are you one of those men, Sam?
I don't know if you're safe here.
Are you bored of me?
Poor thing, doesn't understand.
I want to protect you.
Sam.
You're a literary man now. What do you make of that?
Is this about Joffrey?
Joffrey.
The usurper. I said those words when I tossed a leech into the fire.
Balon was the last one. How the hell is he gonna die?
We'll find you an army, Your Grace. I've been working day and night.
What progress have you made?
Westeros is not the world, Your Grace. We need to look east for ships and men.
They're sellswords.
We're willing to use blood magic to put you on the throne, but we're not willing to pay men to fight.
Oh.
The Red Woman's magic is real, but I've never heard of visions and prophecies winning a war.
We don't have any gold.
Not yet.
I'm running out of time, Sir Davos. Which means you're running out of time.
So their big problem is they don't have any money to hire soldiers. Okay.
I suppose if you work for the Iron Bank of Bravos, you tend not to be overly concerned with the kind of distinction.
Idea?
I need you to write a message to the officers of the Iron Bank of Bravos from Stannis Baratheon.
But that's not you.
I need to get their attention.
Oh, is that going to come back and bite him on the ass somehow? What, he's going to take a loan out?
Precious little thing.
Thank you.
You're fucking rolling.
Oh, God.
She'll clean and cook and look after the other girls' babies. No other work.
Sam, how could you leave her here?
You'll be safer here. You have to trust me. It's for the best.
Best for you.
Gilly.
Oh, poor thing. Oh, God. Oh, it's okay. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Is that Oliver? Oh, yep.
You like them both the same? Boys and girls?
The gods made that, and it delights me. The gods made this, and it delights me.
You delight me.
Girls and boys will line up to fuck him till the day he dies.
Oh, good God.
Prince Oberyn.
Lord Tywin.
That went too fast! Rewind!
Would you like to sit?
I wouldn't.
I'm sorry about your grandson. The king was poisoned.
I hear you studied poisons at the Citadel.
This is why I know.
You spoke with Tyrion in this very brothel. What did you discuss?
The death of my sister.
Men at war commit all kinds of crimes without their superiors' knowledge.
I would like to speak with the mountain.
3 judges will render a verdict. I would like you to be the 3rd. I will also invite you to sit on the small council.
I never realized you had such respect for Dorne.
Love his accent so much.
In the east, a Targaryen girl has 3 dragons. Only the Dornish managed to resist Aegon Targaryen and his dragons. You help me serve justice to the king's assassins, and I will help you serve justice to Elias.
Don't get into any deals. You know you can't trust a Lannister. Podrick.
What are they saying about me?
You're to stand trial in a fortnight for murdering the king.
Do you believe I murdered Joffrey?
No, my lord. I'm supposed to get a list of names from you, my lord, who might testify on your behalf.
Very well. My wife, Sansa.
She's gone.
She's gone.
Gone?
You don't think she...
Whoever killed the king wanted me to lose my head for it.
Yeah, so it had to be Baelish has done this.
There's something else, my lord.
Oh no, now what?
He came to ask if I'd testify against you.
Are you going to accept their offer?
My lord.
Testifying against me wasn't a suggestion.
You've been good to me, my lord.
Pod, I will not have you dying on my behalf. Do you hear me?
My lord.
Pod, I am giving you an order.
Oh my god.
Get yourself out of King's Landing before it's too late. This is farewell.
Farewell.
Oh fuck.
Pod, there has never lived a more loyal squire.
Oh. I didn't see that coming at all. I didn't think I'd care that much, but I do.
No one boils a potato better than your mum. She got...
Oh fuck! Oh fuck. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh god, please don't eat that kid.
Those your parents? I'm going to eat them. Do you hear me? Go tell the crows at Castle Black.
Okay, well, thank you for letting him go.
They want to draw us out and pick us off a few at a time.
The wildlings breach the wall. They'll roll over everything and everyone for 1,000 miles.
We need to shore up Castle Black. We need to defend the wall.
Oh, that's hard.
Rangers returning.
There were still rangers out there?
We were held up.
By what?
Chains. They've got Craster's food and his wives. Carl's running things now.
Yeah, I recognise these guys. Oh, that's right. I remember. Yes. I remember them.
I told the wildlings we had over 1,000 men at Castle Black alone. Carl and the others know the truth as well as we do. How long do you think they'll keep that information to themselves? Man says all he needs to crush us, he just doesn't know it yet.
This is Marine. So this is the big that is cool. This a big pyramid that all those slaves died building. So I'm guessing she saw all those dead crucified children on the way in and has buried them all.
Are they attacking?
A single rider, a champion of Marine. They want you to send your own champion against them.
Oh god, please not Jorah. Must protect Jorah.
What is he doing?
Take a piss.
He claims you are no woman at all, but a man who hides his cock in his own asshole.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Let me kill this man for you.
Very well. You have quite an audience. Sure you don't want a horse? Horses are faster than men.
Horses are dumber than men.
God, he's gorgeous. I'm really starting to question my distaste for, like, full beards. Okay. At him or at the horse? The horse. And he's gone. Beautiful. I do not condone throwing daggers in horses' eyes, though. Oh! Christ. Literal pissing contest. God, I need subtitles for this High Valyrian. I'll put it in my comments at the end. So chains, how she's freed all those slaves. Nice. Oh, that was it. Okay, well, since we're at the end. Okay, so the translations of what Danny was saying at the end. I am Daenerys Stormborn. Your masters may have told you lies about me, or they may have told you nothing. It does not matter. I have nothing to say to them. I speak only to you. First I went to Astapor. Those who were slaves in Astapor now stand behind me free. Next I went to Yunkai. Those who were slaves in Yunkai now stand behind me free. Now I have come to Meereen. I am not your enemy. Your enemy is beside you. Your enemy steals and murders your children. Your enemy has nothing for you but chains and suffering and commands. I do not bring you commands. I bring you a choice, and I bring your enemies what they deserve. Then she yells forward and fire. And then she fires upon them the shackles that were used to imprison the former slaves that she has behind her. Really liked that whole thing. I liked the symbolism of her firing those broken shackles back over the wall. Again, we're going to get what happened in Astapor and Yunkai, freeing of the slaves. Third time charm, or is she going to meet with a lot more resistance this time? I mean, you already saw there that some of those slaves were kind of interested in what she had to say. But yeah, it's like I don't think. We've had two that have been relatively easy. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think it's gonna be as easy this time around. Okay, pretty good episode. We're gonna go to the beginning and go through it. So we open up with aftermath of the death of Joffrey. Cersei obviously incredibly upset, and Dontos whisking away Sansa to a little dinghy, a little boat, and then taking her out into a big ship where we find Baelish. Now, I had actually completely forgot about him. But he has made his comeback, and like I was saying, it seemed awfully planned, and it was absolutely planned by Baelish, down to the necklace. So I'm very, very still he's fucking creep factor, 10. But I'm really interested into knowing what his plan is now and why. Why did he do this? Is it because of Kat? And what happened, with her? What is his long, what is his end game in this whole thing? What does he plan to do with Sansa? I hate how he gets so close to her. It's so creepy. But I've got to say, I'm kind of disappointed in Dontos. Even though I said a million times that I don't trust anyone here, I was really hoping that he would be trustworthy. But it was all for money in the end. And I mean, really, I shouldn't be that surprised. Then we have Tommen is going to be taking over the throne. Now, the interaction between Tywin and Tommen was really, I thought it was really good. Very grandfatherly. This is probably like the nicest that I have seen Tywin. And even though I'm sure that there is an undercurrent of, Tommen is, he's pretty naive, very naive. But he's shown that he's willing to learn, and what I found quite noteworthy was how Tywin said, a great king listens to his people on his council or his elders, and until he can come of age and basically make his own decisions. Which even as he gets older, he's an even wiser king, or whatever it was that he said. continues to take on the advice of his council members or his elders around him. And the whole thing was beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. But there's still the undercurrent of Tywin seeing Tommen as someone that he can manipulate way more easily than he could manipulate Joffrey. So, as grandfatherly as it did seem to me, there's still that possibility of, a very high possibility, of Tommen just being a puppet to Tywin. And then, of course, that whole beautiful scene was completely destroyed by Jaime forcing himself on Cersei, disgusted by it. I've said before, my loyalties and my change episode per episode with certain characters all the time, and now I'm just before I was pretty high spirited with Jaime, and now I'm just like you took her against her will. No means no, man, and now you're ruined for me. So the Hound and Arya are still making their way to the Eyrie to drop off. He still wants to hand Arya off to Lysa. And then that whole thing with that farmer and his daughter, so sad. But the growing connection, it's not a friendship, not a relationship, it's not a kinship. Whatever it is that is going on between Arya and the Hound continues to develop, and I really do love it. She seems a lot more comfortable around him, and I'm waiting for the moment. I mean, he said that he would go to jump on a boat and head across the sea, and Arya expressed the desire to go to Braavos, and I hope she does do that. I hope they do leave Westeros and go to Braavos, and she says she has friends there, which she does, and I hope she can do that. Like I've been saying ever since she met Jaqen, learn some of that sweet magic, baby. But I guess if she does that, then she'd have to become a follower of the Lord of Light, right? And she is firmly in the realm of the old gods. Is that right? Sam dropping off Gilly in Moletown. Was that like a brothel that he dropped her into, and she's going to like you said, look after the girls and their babies, but she's not to do any of the work. How that's going to drive a wedge between her and Sam now. Their relationship doesn't really mean that much to me. The only thing that I'm worried about is the baby, and I'll always be worried about that baby, because I can see bad things happening around this baby, if not to it. Once the wildlings get there, oh my god, it's all over. Davos just going to try and get some funds from the Iron Bank in Braavos. Is that what he so they can afford to hire some sellswords? As Davos said, you're willing to use blood magic and that to get the throne, but you're not willing to use sellswords. But as it turns out, they can't afford it. So he had the idea to write to the Iron Bank. My favourite thing in the episode, of course, we got to see our lovely Oberyn. Oh, making out. Oh my god, this is just... that is not good for my heart. But he's going to serve as a judge on Tywin's trial. Okay? The daggers that he and Tywin give to each other. We also said goodbye to Pod. At least I think we have, basically telling him to not, to lie, and take this deal, so he wouldn't reap the consequences of not taking it, or either that or like getting out of King's Landing, hit me more than I thought it would. I didn't think I cared that much about Podrick. I mean, so I guess him and his big dick are gonna, you know, head on out of town. It's a gotta keep a package like that safe, right, girls and boys? But we've got the wildlings starting to make their move now, completely obliterating that village, sending that boy off to the Night's Watch. And then we got the return of the people that stayed at Cresta's keep, who again I completely forgot about. And I remember one of them giving Sam a very hard time and you know, wanting to stick him like a pig. So they've come back into the scene now, and they know that John lied about there being like 1,000 knights at Castle Black. And if the wildlings, Mance and his crew on the north side, get a hold of them and torture the information out of them, then, you know, the Night's Watch is done for, because they've got just a mere fraction of fighters compared to Mance's army. So I guess they're going to have to go out to Cresta's hut, kill them, keep them silent. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. It was good, you know, it kept me riveted. It gave me palpitations, which, yeah, I'm always welcome to. I would love to have more palpitations. Just give me more Prince Oberyn. So we are going to leave it there for today. Thank you for watching with me. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time with more Game of Thrones. Bye.